Boom.
Boom.
Boom shakalaka.
Cha cha cha.
Man, I tell you, folks, we
Yes.
got a great one for you tonight. Of course, none of what we're talking about tonight is financial advice. Welcome to season 2. That's right.
Twos.
We made it to this is actually episode 25
25.
episodes.
Wow.
Man, I tell you, it feels like it was just yesterday. Or maybe it was
Yeah.
last week we did episode 24. But Crypto Bronze, how you doing tonight, man? I tell
I'm
you,
good.
Crypto
I'm good.
Bronze, you are one
Yeah.
of the few guys that I know that's a complete and utter genius in this
Oh no.
space. How are
Nah.
you?
I'm good. How about yourself? How was your Memorial Day?
Memorial Day. Well, barbecue, beers, and
Mm,
crypto.
yeah.
How about you?
More of the same. Yeah. Definitely just hung out with the family, just relaxed, and yeah, just enjoying myself with the fam.
Well, that's it. That's it. Honestly, that's what it's about, right?
Hmm.
Spending time with the family. Oh, yeah, I did forget. Yeah, I spent some time with family as well. Yeah, those guys too. But they, I tell you, it was gorgeous out here. It was a beautiful day, and
Hmm.
we actually did get some time in with the kiddos and the wife, and it was just a good day all the way around.
Yeah,
So,
you're right. The weather was great. It wasn't too hot. We're anticipating for the heat, but yeah, thank goodness on the 3-day weekend it was nice.
it was nice indeed. It was definitely nice. Um, Now, talking about Memorial Day and barbecues, because I feel like a lot of folks had their barbecues out and roaring. We're going to be mixing things up here, folks. We're going to be trying something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about this episode we're going to be calling it burgers and Bitcoin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So we're
yeah,
we're going to be talking about the
yeah.
usual charts, of course, Bitcoin charts and the news, but we're going to be talking about some evergreen topics. Man, I tell you, that was a new term for me. Bronze kind
Yeah,
of got me up to speed of what an evergreen topic is. One of those things that,
yeah.
ages well. Isn't that right?
That's right. Because Bitcoin, I mean, crypto world, nothing ages well.
Nothing ages well. What was hot and, man, roaring 1 minute, give it
Yeah,
even just a few hours, and it is ice cold.
ice cold. I mean, I just looked just a few minutes ago that Pepe is out of the top 10.
Pepe who? Wait, that
There
thing
you
that
go.
happened like last month?
Yeah. So
Yeah. No kidding. That is no
yeah,
joke. Pepe, I mean, a lot of the meme coins that were roaring hot. I think Pepe was 1.7 billion in the market cap. Curious to know what they're
wow.
at right now, but I guarantee you it's not anywhere close to 1.7.
Yeah. Yeah. Ben Took is not even there, and
Ben?
yeah.
What, Ben? I like Bitcoin Ben? Man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's out of the
Yeah, for
top 10.
sure. So, but we digress. We're talking about things that we're going to be talking about crypto, of course, but the reality is we want to also bring in some of the folks that, want to just, I don't know, maybe get a little bit of education only, folks, not financial advice, and entertainment purposes um, about crypto, but we do want to also maybe throw in a little bit more color in there. So, we're gonna get into the charts here in just a bit, but Bronze, we were talking, we were thinking, well, what do we want to talk about? We want to talk about, you know what, burgers.
Burgers, yeah. Who doesn't like burgers, right? I mean, food in general, yeah, it just
Yeah,
get the emotions going, and yeah, burgers is one of them, right? So we were talking about like what's our favorite burger, or what's, I guess, one of your fondest memories of having a burger. And I was trying to think, and I wouldn't say I'm a burger connoisseur, but there was a time that I was I was on a mission to find like the perfect burger. And really you just can't, because there's different categories. There's the fast food and the gourmet burger, and I do like the gourmet burgers. Hop Daddy, if I had to categorize gourmet burger, Hop Daddy's mushroom burger. They have that I don't know, like a truffle sauce on it with sauteed onions and lightly toasted bun. And I don't really like the thick buns. It's just kind of like I guess the medium buns. And the burger has to be juicy, right? It can't be dried. I think the one that I got was a Wagyu burger, and, yeah, man, and having that with beer, yeah, it's so delicious. So
Man, I tell you,
that's yeah.
it does sound good, but it sounds like a $50 burger. What are we talking
Yeah.
about here?
Uh,
Wagyu?
yeah, Wagyu, yeah, I think it was, like 18. Yeah. I mean, um, you can get, like, the different pounds, like the quarter pound, half pound. Yeah, I took the quarter pound. But, uh, but that's the gourmet. Fast food is for me all time, it has to be In-N-Out. In-N-Out also has the sauteed onions. It's just, it's small, but I know in Texas they're starting to sprout up over here. I think there's like I
Oh,
don't know. In Houston alone, I think that there's 5. But before when In-N-Out was around, my go-to fast food burger out of all the burgers is this girl right here.
what is that?
Wendy's.
Why does it say
Wendy's.
mom? It says mom underneath.
No.
Yeah, check her
Did
collar,
it?
man.
Oh yeah,
MOM.
that's no wait, that's wild. That's supposed to be a collar.
Oh, I thought it said mom.
Yes. But things about people have to realize, I mean, I don't know if I'm the only one, but the small burgers has the best proportion pound for pound on the taste. If it's too big, it's a little bit too much. I don't know what it is. I just got this maybe I don't know 30 minutes ago, so it's a little bit dry, but the proportion is just right. See, there's not a lot of bun, and yeah, and then there's a juicy burger.
I tell you, I okay, Wendy's. I get it. I get it. I feel like there is a lot of options for the fast food. Man, you're making me man. If I knew we were going to be like a taste contest, I would have brought a burger. Man, you're making me hungry. But yeah, Wendy's good when you compare
Mhm.
it. I feel like to some of the other ones. Right, McDonald's been around for a long time. Of course, right here in Texas, we have Whataburger, and we're very proud of our Whataburger down here. But it's definitely on the fast food level. Uh,
Yeah.
Put a lot of mustard on it. I don't know, not my
Oh,
thing.
okay.
I feel like burgers should have ketchup.
Definitely.
Period. But
Yeah.
I get my Whataburger with ketchup only.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, spicy ketchup. They have spicy ketchup
Oh,
there.
yes.
So
I have ketchup and mayo. That's my preference.
mayo. Wait, where'd you say you were from? California?
California, yeah.
Oh, Lord help us. Okay, well, God bless you. So mayo, yeah, I guess honestly, Wendy's does that, don't they? They put a little bit of mayo on there.
Yes. I guess I don't know if they do.
Oh well, I
I'm
think
not
you
gonna
got
check.
no. It's because it's Texas. I'd guarantee you the Wendy's over in California puts a little mayo on
It's mayo, yeah. There you
it.
go.
So
I remember, when I first moved from California to Texas, one of our first stops was at a Wendy's, and they had a smoking section, and that kinda threw me off, and, it's like I hadn't seen a smoking section, restaurant, since I was a kid. I guess in California, they banned that, and I was like, "Wow, this is crazy. There's a smoking section in a fast food restaurant." And yeah, it's just like you pass by, so it smells like cigarettes, and you're like, "Oh, that's kind of gross." But because I haven't seen that in a while or experienced that in a long time. So, but I think it's all gone now. But when in the early 2000s, yeah, there was still smoking sections in Texas and
yeah,
restaurants.
well, I mean. I remember when I went out way back, way back before the towers fell, pre 9/11. We went out to California. We went into a bar. That's how old I am. And we went out to a bar, and we called them nicotine Nazis. They were cops that were going from bar to bar to basically look for folks that were smoking
Mm,
because they just banned smoking in bars out in California. Now,
wow.
fast forward 2 or 3 years later, they were doing the same damn thing in New York, and then it spread everywhere else. But I get it, I
Yeah.
suppose, especially if you are that bartender or that individual that wants to go in and doesn't want to deal with that secondhand smoke. I
Yeah.
get it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
is that your favorite burger?
No,
Oh,
heck
okay.
no. I wanted to give you your time for
Oh no, that
sure,
was
sir. Well, let's get right into it then, shall we? My burger. If you guys don't know, I'm actually from, that's right, the Northeast. You wouldn't guess it, but I am. And we grew up basically right on the other side of Manhattan there. Let me go ahead and just find this and we'll pull it up here.
ooh,
In Hackensack, New Jersey, we got this little place called White Manna. Now, White Manna,
white man.
this little place right here, it's famous.
Ooh,
They they started serving in this little, well, we call them diners. It looks like a diner, right?
yeah, yeah.
Back in 1946. Now, to be fair, though, these things came out in 1939 and was introduced at one of the World Fairs out there. And this actually was one of the first slider burger joints out there. There was only one. Right down the road popped up another one called White Castle. Now, the way that these folks have been doing it here, they've been doing this same style for since day one. They got the crinkle fries, just like they our
Oh,
friends over at White Castle. I think they made a movie about that. Um, Harold and Kumar, maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
but basically, the sliders they're a little bit thicker than the traditional um, White Castle style. They basically do it on a stovetop like that. Now, this place is so famous. It's been, well, and almost every Food Network TV show. Uh, Basically, every food critic, at least on this side of the pond, has been and talked about, including New York Times, etc. Still existing there. It is a staple in the community. Good luck trying to get a burger. Got to get there early. So
Wow.
I'm gonna go ahead and we've been uh,
I'm
we've been
gonna
going to
try
this
that
place
now.
when I was a kid. We used to sleigh ride right behind it. It kind of sits down below. There's a park that sits behind it, and then after that sleigh riding, we would go down here and get a burger or two with good old dad. But we got a little bit more about this here. We got. I'm gonna just play an episode. It's got it going at 1.25 speed. This is maybe you've heard about this guy, Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives.
Oh,
He did a little skit on this. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull it up and get you guys a little bit more info on this. Just know that you, let me know if you see this or not.
John, have you ever had like your burger meal with a shake, with a milkshake?
Well, I think the question is, what flavor haven't I had? So heck yeah. So what do you
Roasted
got there?
tongue.
Don't tell me you got a frosty.
No, no,
Oh, I
no.
thought you were
Yeah,
gonna
just a
about make
burger.
me cry.
Yeah, no. Good
But
idea.
yeah,
Oh, wait, has a
absolutely.
good they have like really good frosties.
They do well. I feel like that's the only place that have frosties because no one else calls them frosties. But
That's right.
that's my own 2 cents. All right, let's see if we can pull this bad boy up here. Can you see the screen? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me go ahead and let me know that you hear the sound on this.
Next up on our New Jersey diner tour, well, it's lunchtime, so we're headed north to Hackensack to a diner that's a burger joint, and I mean a burger joint.
What's next?
6 burgers.
Best burgers I've ever had in my life. Would you like onions on it?
You don't get this anywhere else. Delicious.
Every time you come by, you just gotta stop
It's
it.
never frozen. It's always fresh beef. Hold them. And they cook it right in front of you. It doesn't sit under a heat lamp.
We have a cheese for you?
And here's the white manna. The question isn't, do you want a burger?
Good?
It's how many.
I get 3 cheeseburgers.
Can I get 6 burgers?
Now, you're supposed to eat them dainty like that, or do you usually just do a little pile shove?
I just kind of like it.
They've been cranking out these tiny sliders here for more than 60 years. Ronnie Cohen and his brother bought the joint in 86 after moving here from Israel.
I got 2 cheese with onions, 1 cheese without.
It kept almost everything just the way it was.
I'm the only one that
Culinary
stays the same. You know, if you be out of this town for 30 years, you won't recognize anything by white manna.
But you'd recognize this joint.
I'll take the small back to order.
Okay, that's good.
We get chopped meat delivered every morning.
Good looking shot. Show me this little thing you did.
I do slow motion.
Okay.
I grab a piece and then that's it.
And now how many do we make in a day?
Well, we roll about 800 to 1,000, and then sometimes you get some.
A week?
A day. Are you next? Go ahead. Cheese.
Now what do we do?
This is a single, and this is a double.
2 of them stacked up.
Yes. Sliced onions. We slice every day.
That's 10. Oh, right into the patty.
Right in the front.
The cheese.
Cheese, the bun on top.
So when the onions are cooking, the moisture that's coming out of those, and then the moisture that's coming out of the meat steams the bun, and the cheese melts all in the same little packet.
Exactly. Yeah, I take one.
Okay, so you pick it up, you get the top off it. Oh ho!
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Just press it and push it out.
Press it.
That's it. There you go.
My guy.
Don't make a wrong move in this joint.
Cheers.
Fresh made, in front of you, not frozen. Honestly, I could have 18 or 75 of these. How many will you have in a day?
2 doubles, 2 singles.
I normally get between 4 and 6.
10 to 12 burgers each. So we made an order today of 111 burgers. It's a big hit in the area. Everybody knows about the place. Everyone comes here.
This is kind of like the all-American style of food. I mean, was this something you were thinking about, or?
In the beginning, I looked at it as a business, to be honest with you. And
It wasn't a life. It was just a business.
a business, but the more I was getting into it, you gotta love it. It's like a family, and it's fun. It's even fun to work here. Oh, thank you.
And as we say in New Jersey, forget about it.
Man, okay, so there's sliders, and I think that's what I was talking about earlier about me ordering like the smaller, like I guess the kids or the budget or not budget, like the deal because they're smaller. I think there's something that has to do with that proportion. It being smaller is more tastier, and yeah. So when I was watching that video, I was just like, man, I'm glad I got a burger right here in front of me because
Yeah.
that was making me
Watch you
hungry.
Eat it, you son of a gun. But
Yeah.
well, next time I think we'll probably do ice cream flavors. You better bring an
Ooh.
ice cream sundae for each of us.
Oh, jeez.
So, man,
Yeah.
changing
Man, that
rules
is
like
good.
that. It's just
That
not
was great.
fair.
Yeah. John, real quick, have you ever had a Hawaiian bread?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Hawaiian rolls or whatever. My brother-in-law, he makes briskets, and so one Memorial Day, like 1 year, he made briskets and with Hawaiian roll bread, sweet with coleslaw,
There you go.
and that, dude, that was just heaven.
Well, maybe next week we talk about barbecue.
Ooh, yeah.
Something that us Texans know a little bit something about, and well, rest of the country don't. So more to come.
There you go.
Boom.
There you go. Boom.
Drop the mic. Let's move on. I think we've had these guys hanging on long enough. There it is. Drop the mic. Thank you for that. Let's talk a little bit about crypto. We talked about burgers, man. I can't believe you brought a burger. But all right, okay. What are we talking about? We're talking about Bitcoin charts. Let's go ahead and pull this bad boy up and see what's going on here. Bear with me. Let me know that you see that okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. We're taking a look at a 4-hour chart here. I like the 4-hour chart. Gives us a little bit of consistency in the movement. If you're trying to identify any type of patterns, you can't see it. You always want to zoom it out. Now, this is still sticking with that 4-hour chart. If you cannot see a pattern forming, again, none of this financial advice, you could always increase the timeline, give you a little bit more idea on how it's trading. And you see these significant dips that happened throughout last year. Now, where we've been, this is again looking at the daily, where we've been basically since, well, call it late March, we've been fairly sideways. We've had a few ups and a few downs. But if you take a look at where we started and then where we're at right now, we're kind of almost where we started. Um, now, if you do some of the analysis, one could say, well, this kind of looks like a pendant. So you have some kind of upward trend and then a pendant forming. Now, it's not that clean as far as a pendant goes, but it still works. It's still valid, um, though this looks more like a downward slope. So, what are we talking about? We should be seeing some upward and downward action as long as it's staying within this channel. Eventually, it's going to have a decision point as to whether or not it's going to want to break out of this channel or if it's going to want to go ahead and break down or up. So we're, as you can see, this one is actually forming where a decision point will have to happen within this time frame. If I had to guess, we should see a break up or down. Call it. Let's see here. Let's see. So this is June. We should have a breakout within this month. Now, feel like it could go either way. It really depends on the movement of the overall market, anything that happens in the traditional space. But we get some good news, it could send it sky high. We get some bad news, it could send it right on down. No one has a crystal ball. You've got to do your own research and make sure you're taking a look at best guess. And I say best guess because it is educated at the very least. At least that's what it should be. What I like to do is I do like to take a look at some of the moving averages. We talked about those. Those are these lines here. As they start to cross over, means whether or not the movement is going up and or down. Another thing that I like to take a look at is, let me just pull this up here. I'm going to remove volume. Is RSI. If I can find it. Where do we go? RSI basically is strength. And as the strength gets higher, it is starting to indicate that it is basically overbought and that it should start to see a downturn. It's kind of so you see what we saw here. We saw this big uptrend, indicates strength gets real high. Typically anything above 60 into the 70s is real high, and then it starts to retrace. Anything in basically the 40 to 30 range, if not lower, is indicating that it is, well, now oversold. And you should start to see an uptick. So we saw it as it goes down here, and then boom, jumped right up. Now, it came back down and had a little bit of a retracement. I don't know. I feel like at this point we're running way into the oversold space. My guess is over the next week or so, we should start to see an uptick, and then we need to come to a decision point if we're going to break above this trend line. I'm hoping as we get closer that we move closer towards that breakout, and then we start to identify next level. Bronze, what do you think? See this trend here? What are your thoughts?
I do agree with you're saying. There's a good chance that it could break out or break going up this month. There historically, I'm going to share my screen. Historically, on June, every year that the year before the halving, it's always been a good month. So if you look at 2016, Bitcoin's been up 27.14%. 2019, 26.67%. So we are at that point where June 2023, it's the year before the halving. So if we follow this historical trend, it, we could be, we could be seeing some good upside for the month of June. Also, there is news that Hong Kong is available for trading now, and starting today, and that's really bullish. We have Novogratz, his view. He's seeing Bitcoin really going up by the end of year, and what I didn't realize that he mentioned WeChat is going to be enabled in Bitcoin and crypto trading. Now WeChat is like their biggest social media. It's like all in one application, mobile application for social media, for buying peer to peer, sending money to each other. It's huge. WeChat is it's big, and for you to be able to exchange crypto or buy and trade and send peer to peer. I don't know the whole all the rules what's going on in WeChat, but they are going to implement crypto in there with Bitcoin. That is huge because yeah, like I said, you can people they have their little stores in WeChat. Uh, it's just a social media you can buy in there. So and if you can use that as another buying power into their ecosystem, yeah, that I'm excited. Um, I have WeChat. I don't really use it too much, but yeah, I understand. Like it's kind of like an all-in-one TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Shopify, PayPal type platform, and yeah, so it's looking good. It's looking good for Bitcoin. I mean, not financial advice, but you can look into it.
Well, check out Bitcoin, check out crypto in general. Yeah, I feel like those are what we've been preaching for that for a while now. And, I think that there's a lot of movement in the HK or Hong Kong space um, with the new rules that's been taking effect. In fact, a lot of folks typically over the Memorial Day weekend didn't see much action. This past weekend, there's been a ton of action, and it had a lot to do with the Hong Kong, well, the Hong Kong stock, crypto uh, projects in general. So I wonder though if this trend is going to continue. But to be fair, it should because at least for the near future, it's now hot again, and I think this thing has legs. But let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this article here, and let me know that you see this here. Bear with me. Now, China crypto pioneer warns of Hong Kong may cool in longer term. Okay, fair. Now, I think the thing to consider with this is that understand that, yeah, longer term, sure. I think that when you take a look at a behemoth that is China, that has the ability to manipulate some of these small cap, I call them small cap because really that's what they are, small cap stocks, crypto. Um, you have the ability, they have the ability to kind of manipulate everything that you're saying. I would be careful trading smaller crypto projects, especially in that space. What I've identified is that they basically have bots that are watching. If you were to put in, say, $1,000 into a particular stock in that space, and I'm not saying that this is not happening here, it seems very obvious to me with the smaller cap crypto projects that there is heavy manipulation going on. So I would encourage with passion that you do your own research. Make sure you are understanding who, what, when, where, why this where this project came from. If you can't answer the five, well, even call it three out of the five W's, then I would question a little bit more about the legitimacy of the overall project. You, of course, have all of the meme coin projects going on, but and realistically, there is almost zero legitimacy. Um, just something, a word of warning. Of course, follow the trend. Trend's your friend, but that's my own 2 cents. And of course, again, never financial advice. What do you think? Is this trend going to go ahead and continue there, Doe Bronze, or
Yeah, as far
as
I,
China and Hong Kong stocks, or rather,
I
crypto
feel like
projects?
it's almost like opening up a Pandora's box. Really, now it's opening up to Asia, like legit. This is, to me, this is huge. This is really, I think this is what everyone's been waiting for. I mean, over there, like I said, with the platform as like WeChat, you can use that. Man, it's just going to be a lot more activity now. I mean, this is utility, and we're always proponents and advocates for utility in crypto. And Bitcoin is a dinosaur, but it's the brand name, and it's always going to be leading. It's always going to be setting the tone. And yeah, it cooling off. I mean, it always be in a range in the channel up and down, but I think it's gonna be trending up. And with Novogratz saying, I agree with him. It's Bitcoin is gonna be really really strong by the end of year, and then the momentum is going to follow up with the halving, and then the bull run, and each bull run through over the years historically, it stays longer, and it gets stronger, and especially with all these other innovations that's coming out. Yeah, I'm really bullish. So uh not financial advice, but you do your research, and and you know do your research and
Do
invest.
your research. Do we have one of those? No, I feel like we need
I
one of those
don't.
for the
Yeah.
captions. We got a eat your ramen. How did that happen? Eat the ramen. But okay, we gotta get rid of that one and kind of change that up to do your own research. So, oh well, okay,
I think Eat the Ramen was one episode where to save money so you can invest.
okay, all right,
Maybe.
okay,
Right.
all right, all right. I feel I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna do one better. We're gonna go ahead and do. We're gonna do this guy right here. Boom.
There you go.
There it is.
There you go.
All right. So now I feel like we need to get a little bit serious, don't we? Do we? Yes. We we've been having a lot of discussions with the BRB team here, and we we've been struggling trying to get folks to take a look at the project and get investment in to move us forward with the overall idea of the marketplace. We still think it's a great idea. And anyone out there that's listening to this, if you want to invest, please reach out because this is the future. Crypto is the future, and we want to make sure that we're focusing on the entire 100%. Well, call it even 98% because we know there are folks that don't have access to the computers and all the digital nonsense out there. But What I will say is that we've come to the conclusion we need to either rebrand, we need to rethink our idea, we need to
Pivot.
rethink what the future of BRB is going to look like. Whether that means basically dropping the idea of marketplace or keeping the idea of marketplace and just basically changing the name and the look and overall feel as one option. Going in and, well, jumping on the bandwagon and focusing on a meme coin so we can go ahead and build community first and then work on utility. Now, another one of those options, of course, would be that we take the current liquidity that is in place and we say, okay, well, we're done, and any of the holders get remaining liquidity based on their holdings. So that's another option. Now, I still feel like we'll probably still do some of these podcasts because they're a little bit fun, but the rest of the project and in general would probably just go bye bye if we did that. And then the fourth proposal is that we go ahead and, well, we take the existing liquidity, we lock it in a yield based crypto, high yield, not super high yield. We're not talking thousands of APR because, well, that's just asking for trouble. Something that is a little bit more sensible, and maybe even getting some growth, say, like in based off of diversifying into Ethereum, etc. And, well, just locking it for a year and then releasing it to you folks because, well, you stuck with us for this long. What's another year? And then at that point, who the heck knows where we are? Maybe at that point, we're in the middle of a bull run, or, um, you know, God willing, I mean, maybe a sustained bull run. So
Yep.
we are asking you guys to check us out. Go to our Twitter space. Go to our TG. We have more information regarding this proposal, and we did have a few folks who are saying, "Well, I want to be able to go ahead and do it from my phone." I was able to do a little bit of testing, which is why we got a late start here. I was able to do it from my phone here, and I was able to go ahead and go to MetaMask. And when I went to MetaMask, we were able to hold on, looking for my face here. Well, shoot, it even recognized me with my hat and my glasses on. Um, Basically, what you want to do is you want to go into MetaMask and you want to go to the browser. Once you go to the browser here at the bottom, you're already connected to your wallet. Once you're connected to your wallet, you're going to want to go ahead and just go into the Snapchat and plug it in, and you'll be able to go ahead and vote. Um, you'll be able to do it from your phone. I've done it myself, checked it myself. I didn't do it myself. I did check it. Um, it does work. I will be doing it from my phone, but you can also do it, of course, through any traditional PC. You need to go through your wallet's browser. Your wallet's browser. So if you're using MetaMask, go to browser. If you're using Coinbase, go to browser. Um, you cannot go directly through the Safari app. You cannot go directly through the Chrome app on your mobile device. You do want to go ahead and do that through your browser on your traditional PC. Of course, that's just the nature of the system. We are only accepting votes for this proposal for those holders. So, if you want to vote, you must vote using the wallet that has your tokens, your BRBC tokens. We are recording it all, of course, and we did take a snapshot of all the holders um, pre the proposal. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself. Feel free to reach out to Crypto Bronze here, and we'll be able to address any concerns that you have. Bronze, you have anything else to say about that?
No, that's pretty much it. So we are at a pivotal point, and this is no rug pull. We are going to be hanging strong with this project, and just like anything else, there's always evolution. We're going to evolve, we're going to adapt, and because we truly believe crypto is the future. And like John said, I mean, we do believe on the idea of a marketplace, but maybe it's not the right time. Maybe we do need to build a stronger community. We want to grow that more, and so that'll be our focus. But yeah, it all comes down to the voting, and the voting ends on June 9th, midnight or before midnight, Central Standard Time. So anybody that's watching, yeah, go to snapshot.org and look for BRB.
There it is. Definitely, Ryan. So we're trying to do the right thing by the community, right? The last thing we want to do is to have another failed project out there. So instead of just walking away, calling it bankruptcy, and well, that kind of just closing that chapter, we want to do what we can to keep everything going moving forward. And of course, if there are any investors out there that want to team up and want to go ahead and join us and have a proposal for any meme project initiatives, etc., please let us know. Reach out to myself, reach out to Bronze, and we'd be happy to talk about it. So, in a nutshell, that's all I got to say about
That's
that.
it.
Crypto Bronze, anything more about anything we talked about tonight? Any other
Yeah.
burgers you want to
You
mention?
I mean, there was so many. Like, man, when you showed that, like those type of icons, yeah, yeah, that got me excited. That it pulls your heartstrings. But yeah, I can't wait for next week. Barbecue is the topic. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some barbecue.
There we go. I feel like there's a few barbecue joints out there that deserve a little bit of love. Uh, I know I can think of quite a few of them. So, more to come here, folks. Listen, always glad to have you guys in here. Crypto Bronze, thank you as
Right.
usual. And guys, have a great night. Peace.
Peace.